Hey guys, it's Mr. Tesler, and I'm going to go over the answer key for our practice quiz really quickly. So let's get started. Here is our first question. You're going to use proportional relationships to calculate how much sugar you need. You have a recipe for lemonade that serves 5 people. The recipe calls for 4 cups of water, a half of cup of lemon juice, 1.5 cups of sugar. How much sugar do you need for 15 people? The first thing I did was I created this table to organize all the information that I was given. So we have the cups of water, which is 4, the cups of lemon juice, which is 1/2, and the cups of sugar, which is 1.5. And this was all for 5 people. There's many ways to solve this. I'm showing you just one way. To show a pattern, because we know that this is a proportional relationship, if we have 5 people, how much will we need for 10 people? Well, we're just doubling it, right? From 5 to 10 is just times 2. So if we need 4 cups of water for 5, we need 8 for 10. And if we need a half cup for 5, we need 1 cup of lemon juice. And we're going to need 3 cups of sugar, and that's for 10 people. Let's follow that same kind of pattern, and this is like the faster way to do it, is just to realize that if we multiply by 3, 5 people times 3 is 15 people, then we can get the answers for that. So for 15 people, we're going to need 12 cups of water, 1.5 cups of lemon juice, and 4.5 cups of sugar. And so that's going to be our answer is 4.5 cups. And we're going to want to make that into a sentence. So we would write, we need 4.5 cups of sugar for 15 people. Now, if you don't want to write all of that, the minimum that you need to write is 4.5 cups of sugar. That would be the minimum because we have the amount of cups, we have the units or cups of sugar. So yeah, that would be the minimum, but I would love a sentence. All right, let's go to the second one. Again, you've been given a table that represents a proportional relationship, so find the missing values. The strategy this time we're going to use is to find the unit rate and then use that for our calculations. The only given piece of information is the 8 hours and $180. So I've made that into a proportion or a ratio right here, a rate. That's your rate of pay. Let's make that into a unit rate. If you use your calculator, that'll give you $22.50 per hour. I know that typically we would not put that 0. We put 22.5, but because we're talking about money, I like to keep it there. You wouldn't say I make 22.5 an hour. And how did I get that? Well, I just put 180 divided by 8 in my calculator. You guys will be able to use a calculator for final calculations. I still need to see this part. I need to see the rate. I need to see what you put in your calculator for me to accept your answer. But once we do that, we can just plug that in right here, 22.50. Next, we can look at the 0. Well, if you made $0, you probably worked 0 hours. And we know that in a proportional relationship, that 0 is important to have in our table. All right. Once we have that, I think we should do the 15 next. That's pretty easy. So if we multiply that by 15, that will give us our answer right here, which is going to be 337.50. So $337.50. If we multiply that unit rate by 100, well, that's going to give us $2,250. And now if we take the money that we made for this one, so we have $292.50. If we take $292 50, and we divide it by how much? By 2250. So how much we made divided by kind of what we're making an hour, then that will give us 13 hours. And again, that should be in your calculator. Anything that you plug into your calculator should be on your paper. So for instance, you could have written like this, like 22.50 times 100, and that would have been perfectly fine because that's what I typed into my calculator. All right. So let's get on with the next problem. Here we have a mixing paint. This is a tough one because there's a lot of thinking that you have to do, but I think you guys can do it. So you want to paint your house seagrass green. It takes 2 parts green, 1.5 parts white, and 0.5 parts blue. You already have 8 gallons of green, 5 gallons of white, and 3 gallons of blue, right? So we already have some paint, right? If you plan to use all of the green, so you're going to use all of your green, 8 gallons, do you have enough white and blue? So I started by taking our given information, green, white, blue, and the rates that we were given, the parts. And now we're going to look at what we need. Well, we said that we're going to use all 8 gallons of green. So we need all 8 and we have all 8. Perfect. But if we're going to use all 8, so there's a proportional relationship here, right? So we know that from 2 to 8 is going to be times 4. So we're going to do that for all of ours, right? The relationship is going to stay the same. It's proportional. And then 1.5 times 4 is going to be 6. And then 0.5 times 4 is going to be 2. If we look back at our question, we notice that we, for white, we have 5 gallons already. And for blue, we have 3 gallons already. And there we go. So the question, do we have enough white and blue paint? The answer is, well, we need 6 white and we have 5, so we don't have enough white. So we don't have enough white paint. But if you look at the blue, we need 2, but we have 3. So we do have enough blue. Great. Again, I would love to see a complete sentence for your final answers as it is a word problem. All right, let's go to the last one. Proportional relationships with pools. So you got a new pool in your backyard. The water needs to have 25 parts chlorine for every 500 parts water. All right, it's pretty normal to have chlorine in your pool. If you have 18,500 gallons of water, how many gallons of chlorine do you need? My first thought was to create a proportion, create a rate with the given information. So we have 25 parts chlorine and 20 and 500 parts water. And then we want to know how many parts chlorine, or how many gallons, I should say, how many gallons chlorine do we need if we have 18,500 gallons of water? Okay, so I just want to know, well, 500 times what? Times what is going to be 18,500? Because this is the pattern I'm going to use. Remember, it's proportional, so there is a common ratio, meaning we're multiplying something, the top and the bottom by the same. So I'm just going to do a quick division. 18,500 divided by 500. This you could put it into your calculator. The answer is 37. So we know that we're going to multiply by 37. So 500 times 37 is 8,500. And so similarly, we're going to multiply by 37, and then we'll get our answer of 925 gallons. All right, and this is fine. You can leave that as a final answer. That's about it. Hopefully that helped you guys out, and I'll see you tomorrow. All right.